Hi, Molly.
Hi.
I'm Shanda from Zoomer.
Hi, Shanda from Zoomer. Nice to meet you.
We've had you on our cover, and
I love that.
Excited to be talking to you again.
So much fun.
Yeah. And the secret sauce to this album, something you're showing off that's new.
The record title is "Talk to Me," and it's about listening. It's about listening. It's about asking a young woman to talk to me and actually listening.
Okay.
And then Havaya talks to me.
Yeah.
And she does a remarkable job of that. So it was just opportunity to work with young players and hear their thoughts, and it was a really wonderful opportunity to do that. And then also to have my three musicians that I've been playing with for decades, raised our kids together, very tight, very close trio, those three. And so an opportunity to mesh the two together was really exciting.
Well, yeah, intergenerational.
Yeah.
So everybody's in the mix.
That's right.
And you're getting lots of different perspectives.
That's right.
And I mean, Cube is 20?
I think he's 20 now.
Okay.
He was 19 when I wrote the first song with him, I think. He turned 20 during the recording of this record.
So that's even younger than your son.
He is definitely younger than my sons, but still a boy, growing boy.
Okay.
So there was a lot of sleeping on the couch, and there was a lot of eating nonstop, but also a lot of fun.
Okay.
He'd never worked with live musicians. He'd only ever worked with his laptop.
Like electronic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So to put him in the room with my guys was...
These seasoned
exactly.
professionals.
And it was really fun. It was really fun.
And what was he interested? What did he want to know about you guys and what you do and what you'd experienced?
It was a whole new experience for him.
Yeah.
He was used to, I don't like this drum pattern, I'm going to change it up on my laptop. But in our sessions, he was able to just reach over to Davide Dorenzi, who's probably one of Canada's greatest drummers, and say, you know what? Maybe a little less hi-hat, and Davide would play less hi-hat. It was like that. Whereas the computer, he had to sit there for hours and pre-program.
Yeah.
So I think what he saw was the beauty of humanity and professional musicians.
So interesting as a producer, and I mean, look at, you've worked with Larry Klein.
I have.
There's like not a more veteran, incredible
love
producer.
Larry.
Yeah, who, of course, Joni Mitchell, a Canadian.
Fast Cars, Tracy Chapman.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So to have that experience as yours, and now to just be like, no, let's do it with something totally different, someone so much younger.
Yeah.
Love it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, on the middle of this record, you bring us a pretty incredible Canadian moment with you and Jim Cuddy singing Tragically Hip's Long Time Running.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
It doesn't get more
It
Canadian
elbows up, people. Come on.
Yeah, elbows up.
Honestly.
Exactly.
A super Canadian moment, and I'm an uber Canadian, so.
You were the only of your siblings, right?
Yes, I am the only
born
Canadian
here.
in our family, yes.
True.
And they tell me that all the time. And my brother calls me Sir Molly, which I quite love. Very, very cool.
Yeah, so let's bring it back. You and Jim in the 80s, you knew each other.
We were pals.
Yeah.
Since we were teenagers. I've known Blue Rodeo since before they were called Blue Rodeo.
Okay.
Which is kind of fun. And we all congregated at an iconic place in Toronto called the Cameron House, which is still there, still producing, presenting amazing music. Second generation. Yeah. Of the kids of the parents are running the venue now, and it's a fantastic place. But I lived there for 10 years, and I had a great life there. I learned to be an artist there. I was surrounded by painters and poets and sculptors and playwrights, and it was an amazing place to dig in to music.
And then I think your Altamota's album and Blue Rodeo's first album came out in the same year.
Yes, they
1987.
did. Yes,
When you think back on that sort of much music video era,
fantastic.
You guys, I felt the uniqueness of those two bands running on that station. It still jumps out today.
Moses Neimer built us an incredible beast.
Yeah.
An incredible beast. And then he went on to build much more music. So as Blue Rodeo and me aged, he built another station for us. And now, of course, he's built Zoomer, which is, I mean,
I've never thought of it like that.
No, he's really a visionary, and one of our great Canadians, Moses Neimer. So yeah, we were all hanging around. Blue Rodeo just come back from New York when they realized they were not Lou Reed, and they were never going to be Lou Reed. They came back to Canada.
Yeah.
And we've been friends a long time, and I've sung with them a bunch on live shows, but this was very special. And the hip tune, we were very careful.
I want to know how you chose this one.
Well, I did not choose this one.
Okay.
The VP of Universal Music, Sean Marino, genius, chose it. We were talking about doing Canadian covers, not the whole record, but having some really great Canadian covers. And of course, the hip.
Yeah.
But also Jack Soul was
Love
Still
that
Believe
song.
in Love.
Yep.
And also someone that I believe never got her due. Her name was Shawn Jackson. She's still with us. She had a band called Shawn and Jay Jackson and the Majestics. And she used to play at the Colonial Tavern on Yonge Street when I was a ballerina.
Okay.
I would walk down there and get up on the balcony because I was too young to be in that club and look down, and I would see Shawn writing her own songs, making her own clothes. I love that. And then, of course, Carol Pope, similar, writing her own songs, creating her own visuals. And these were my inspiration to the launching from the National Ballet School into the world of music, was those two women. So to be able to cover a song from Shawn, amazing. The Black history around Shawn Jackson. Her grandfather was the first Black postman in Canada. They built the Mississauga mail sorting, big, huge factory of mail sorting, and they call it the Albert Jackson.
Right.
So really great Canadian Black history attached to Shawn Jackson.
Okay.
And I just loved recording her. So it was a fun record to make in that regard. Yeah. But it was Sean Marino at Universal who, Tragically Hip, there's a million songs you could have covered. But Sean knew me. He knew my voice. Yeah. He's been with me a very long time. And he said, no, don't do this one, do that one. And I went, okay. And he was right. He was absolutely right.
What did singing that one, we all know Gord as this poet, but you had to make it your own. What did those lyrics mean to you?
Well, that was the funny part. There were 8 musicians in the room. We had 4 hours.
Okay.
None of us, including Jim, knew what the heck Gord Downie was talking about with this song. Everybody had a different read, and that speaks to me of genius. I'll drop a caribou. It's a great line.
Yeah.
Now, we're all using fake money now, but back in the day, a caribou was the caribou on the 25-cent piece, which is how much it cost to make a phone call. So I'm going to drop a caribou. I'm going to make a phone call.
Tell on you.
Tell on you. I'm going to tell on you.
Yeah.
I'm not alone, obviously, in adoring what the Tragically Hip did for this country. You know, they were never interested in playing in the United States. They didn't focus their career on the United States. You're not writing songs about hockey players and wheat chiefs and expecting to have a hit in America. Yeah. They had no interest in that. Well, certainly Gord had no interest in that. Yeah. And that was really a compelling way about him that I loved.
And I mean, Gord and you crossed paths
many times.
And he was part of the Kumbaya.
Yes,
he came and sang.
Yes,
the Tragically Hip came in part of that.
Yes, they did.
And were you ever on stage with him singing?
I never performed with Tragically Hip. They certainly didn't need me. Blue Rodeo needed me, though. Yes. Let's just say that. But Gord did not.
Do you remember where did you watch that final concert of the Tragically Hip? Were you around for that?
I was invited to that, and I couldn't bear it. Like so many Canadians, I was in my room crying. Okay. That's where I was. Exactly. Because that man went too soon. As so many of our great artists, Michael Jackson, Prince, sometimes I think that they're just too good for us. We're not ready for them. Yeah. Yeah, but I miss him. One of them. Yeah. And I think Canada misses him. And I think the band has done a remarkable job of protecting and enhancing and promoting that legacy.
Absolutely.
I think they've done a heck of a job.
So one of the things when I was doing some of my research, and you were talking about when you were at the Cameron House and you were doing the songbook, the American Songbook.
Yeah.
people are always saying, yeah, do that, and you said you needed some gravitas.
Yeah, you need gravitas. You're not singing solitude till you've actually been alone.
Right, you needed to
and
live.
you're not going to be a 20-year-old and understand the depth of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sang those songs at that time because I was trying to learn how to write a melody for my rock band, and working on the American songbook of the great pop writers of the day, Duke Ellington, Billy Strayhorn, George Gershwin. Those were popular songs of the day. They were the pop music of the day. Ella and Billy and all those people were pop singers.
Yep.
In a way, right?
Yeah.
So learning that was fantastic. The owner of the Cameron, one of the owners, was the one that brought that jukebox into the Cameron with a bunch of songs on it, and a bag of quarters, and said, learn some of this, and I did.
Drop a caribou.
Yeah, exactly.
But now you have the gravitas. Now you've lived a life.
Oh my goodness, have I ever.
And when you look at when you pick up one of your older songs to sing, or when you decide what you sing now, what kind of, do you feel it now? Do you feel that life experience
I do.
Expressing through the song?
I do. You know, in my live show, lots of original songs, mostly original songs, but there's nothing like popping in a Billie Holiday tune right into the center of all that and completely changing the mood of the room for the 4 minutes that song happens. And then Don't Explain is one of the ones Billie wrote, and the silence after that song means that I've done my job.
Yeah.
I've done my job. It's a great song. These are kind of like Cadillacs. You get in them and they just drive themselves. You just look pretty and let that car drive itself.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
I think about Joni Mitchell now when we see her on stage, and how she twists some of her lines and the emphasis on her lines.
Yes.
From when she was playing them when she was 20 to what they mean to her now.
Yeah, yeah. Joni is in a world of her own.
Mm-hmm.
She's in her own lane, and she's an excellent painter. I don't know if you've ever seen her art, but she's a full, well-rounded artist. I've been fortunate enough to meet her a bunch of times, and I'll tell you a secret about Joni. She really hates it when people cover her songs.
Oh.
Are you listening? She really does not like that. Everybody needs to shut up and write their own songs. That's what she would say.
Yeah.
As she's smoking with her oxygen tank. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love her. Oh yeah. She's amazing. Yeah. Amazing artist.
Well, I can see that for you too, like looking at your old songs now and just tweaking a bit to show your experience.
I think it just happens.
Yeah.
I don't intentionally do it, but surely when I sing Don't Explain now to when I sang it 20 years ago, there's going to be some gravitas there that wasn't there when I was a kid, for sure. But it's not intentional, it's just life.
It just comes out.
It's just life.
I was looking at some of the old music videos, and I think, what do you think? Like, I love No Town.
I love No Town.
I love No Town, and I see you walking around with your flowers, and I think, what do you see now?
Video. I think it cost $4,000, that video. Well, that was the interesting thing about MuchMusic in those days, because Blue Rodeo, the rest of us, like $10,000 was a huge video budget.
Yeah.
So I would usually have about $4,000, but we were up against Madonna and big American stars with big budgets.
Yeah.
And what I think it did for Canada was it made us really creative. We had to really think about and be creative with the amount of money we had and the amount of time. So No Town is a great example of that. We shot that in an abandoned drive-in.
Yeah.
And the spinning around was one of those merry-go-rounds that used to push the kid around, which you don't do anymore.
So dangerous.
So, and that was the effect. Or we wrote the words out.
Yeah.
And there they were. Mind you, if I may talk about one of my favorites, Justin Bieber, and his recent release, where it was handwritten cursive writing, which I thought was so gorgeous and so thoughtful. And people would walk by it, not even know what they were looking at. It was on the Louvre. It was on scaffolding in New York. It was an amazing release in a very creative way.
Yeah.
And I was stunned by that. And I'm a huge fan right now.
Why are you a huge fan of Bieber?
Because he's a survivor.
Yeah.
This is a kid that has survived a very difficult world.
Yeah.
Top world where, just his mom to kind of protect him.
Yeah.
And that's tough. And for him to have survived that and to come out the other end, making such amazing, joyous music, that beautiful child and his beautiful wife, and living a lot in St. Mary's, Ontario, because he is a Canadian. Very proud. I love him.
Do you feel like a survivor after
I
all
do.
these years in
I
Canadian?
I do.
culture?
I remember one of my album jackets with this much gray, or as I like to call it, platinum,
Okay.
about this much. And I went in to meet who was then the president of Universal, Jeffrey Remedios, a brilliant man.
Yeah, I love Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey looked at me and said, "You're a legacy artist, Molly." And I thought, uh-oh, that could be bad. So I said, "Jeffrey, what exactly do you mean by that?" And he said, after thinking about it for a second, because he's a thoughtful dude, he said, "I think it's because you've outlived all the assholes." And I went, "You're right. Check.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Survived the assholes.
Exactly. Thank you very much." And I did, and I have. And all the good ones are still with us,
Yeah.
which I love.
Let's talk family.
Okay.
You talked about your sons.
I adore
They've
them.
been gone for a long time. You've been a long time empty nester?
No, no,
Or did
no,
they
no,
come
no.
back for a while?
No, but they're never too far away because
Yeah.
I'm an excellent mother, I must say. So they have really good lives. They're doing very well.
Okay.
And my door and
So-
always open.
But are you still in Toronto, or are you mostly up
Away.
in, what is it, north? What
I
county
never
are
say,
you
I
in?
never
You
say
never
where
say.
I am because I've already had people on my
Oh,
driveway.
jeez.
I live 50 minutes out of Toronto in a farming community. My neighbors are farmers. I super adore it. But I also, because I'm such a Toronto girl, and that's 50 minutes out of the city, so
It's nothing.
it's nothing. But I am a Toronto girl, born and bred, so I now have a little teeny tiny pied-à-terre in Kensington Market, the
Okay.
beloved
That's the dream.
Kensington.
Out
It
in
is
the
a dream.
country with your
I'm
city
actually
spot.
living the dream. I really actually am.
And tell me about your life in the farming,
in the country,
in the wilderness.
I have
and the-
gorgeous gardens,
Okay.
which I can never afford here. And the lady that lived in my house prior had been there for 40 years, very British.
Okay.
So her gardens are gorgeous. And anyone who gardens knows that it takes time. So I have peonies that are 15 years old. I have rhododendron that's got to be 20 years old. So really, when you buy an old property, and of course you don't really buy it, you take a loan out, the bank owns it. I'm just curating and being the custodian of this beautiful place, beautiful gardens, lots of trees, very quiet.
Okay.
I'm a big book reader.
I was going to
And
ask.
it is,
this.
oh my God, so great to just lock it down and
Where's
read.
your favorite spot to
Oh, I've
read?
got many. I've
Okay.
got a lovely spot in the garden, and I have a lovely couch in my living room. I had been a judge for the Giller Prize.
Just a couple years ago.
Just a couple years ago. Had to read 35 books, which sounds tedious, and at times
They're
it was.
so good.
But some of them were great.
Yeah.
But I developed a habit of, in the middle of the day, reading
Yeah.
for an hour, sometimes 2 hours. And I've kept that up. I just shut it. I'm a morning person, so I get a ton of work done in the morning, and then I have lunch, and I read for an hour. If I read at night, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I just fall asleep. I'd rather watch British television and fall asleep to Grantchester or Father Brown or something. Easy, right? But I love to read.
Give me some recent picks, recommendations.
Oh my goodness. I often read an author, an American author, but she writes about Britain, Elizabeth George. And Elizabeth writes these doorstop books that are like this fat, and you really have to give her time. Sometimes 200 to 250 pages before you're really in it. I learned that with the Giller as well.
Yeah.
You know, you read 200 pages, if it's not really nailing you, this is not the book, right? So I read all kinds of things. I love fiction. I love crime,
Right.
murder mysteries. Yes, I love Louise Penny, of course.
Right.
Great Canadian. Of course, you know, I read Atwood, and she's
Okay.
a girlfriend of mine.
Yep.
But I've often said to her, "Your books are so complicated. Can't you write something easy, Margaret? Write
What's-
something easier."
What's it like to be a girlfriend of Maggie? What do you guys do
Well, you
together?
got to be on your A game
Okay.
because she's super smart.
Yeah.
And she's really smart, and she's really funny, and you need to be on it with her.
Has she taken you birding?
She has not taken me birding, and I've not been to Peely Point, but I have done many benefits and raise lots of money for Peely Point.
So that's where I grew up, just
you
down the
lucky
road
girl.
from Point Peely.
You lucky girl.
Yeah.
I'm dying to get there.
Oh, you have to go.
I have to go.
It's such a beautiful park.
Yeah. And I am a bit of a birder now.
Yeah, you can't
Weirdly.
live out there and not
I've got
be
some
blown
great
away.
bird feeders, and
Yes.
I'm afraid to say I have binoculars. I have actually now officially an old woman because I have binoculars, and I love to sit in my kitchen and look out the window at my birds. I love birds.
So your siblings, more about family.
Yeah.
You said you guys grew up in the Wings.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you, Mr. Ed Mervish.
Thank you, Ed. Yeah.
But what has kept you so close and so together as this group of
Crazy family.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we never talk about work, really.
Okay.
Like, I know my brother is a big-time American television producer.
Best.
The Wire, you know, Homicide, Life on the Street, like Orange is the New Black, like on it goes. But it's funny, when we get together, we're talking about, what are you eating? What'd you have for dinner? Like, stupid stuff. Like, we talk about family. We just talk about what you would talk about with your siblings.
Yeah.
Work is work. And we've always just strived to do good work. None of us want to be famous, which I think has really saved us a lot of headache and heartache, in that we just want to do good work. So we admire each other's work.
You
and
support each other. You go
100%.
see each other's stuff.
100%. I had lunch with my brother yesterday. He's super proud of his little baby sister. My Order of Canada, of course, now he calls me Sir Molly. It's kind of cute. I have great siblings, but I think part of it is work stays out of the room. We don't really talk about it. It's not what we talk about.
When I was listening to the album, I thought there was one song that would have worked so well on Homicide. Like, Happy is just so unique and quirky, and in those scenes, in those serious homicide scenes, they always had something like that happening.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I wrote that song with my drummer, Davide Lorenzo, who does a multitude of instruments, brilliant musician, probably one of Canada's best drummers, amongst other things. And I love writing with Davide because he's kind of nuts. Yeah. Because he is a drummer. Yeah. And they are kind of nuts, like goalies in hockey or soccer. All four limbs are working at different time signatures, right? Just like a goalie. Right. It's a thing. And they are the gatekeepers, the timekeepers of a good sports team or a good band, right? Yeah. So he's definitely that guy. And I wanted to make a record with joy and happiness. I've written lots of protest songs. Yeah. But I didn't think this was the time for protest, even though it's fraught with moments of protest. But I wanted a record of joy. I felt the world needed some happy, some joy, some looking to the future, that kind of a record. And I think that's what we got.
Absolutely. What about I Still Believe in Love? So Jack Soul song, but you made it your own.
I have. And again, Davide Lorenzo was the drummer in Jack Soul.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of years ago, I asked him what he thought about doing a Jack Soul cover, and he was like, no, too soon for Dav. And then a couple year and a half later, I asked him again, and he said, okay. We changed the tempo, but I did not change the gender or lyrics. I do not change lyrics. Yeah. If I don't like the lyrics, I don't do that song. I know how hard it is to write a lyric. So I'm not about to come in there and go, I think, no. And she took my DVDs. She took the lyrics are hilarious, I think, even though it's a big breakup song and we take it to a gospel slow tempo, and it's pretty heavy. But in fact, the lyrics are kind of hilarious, especially to a younger crowd who doesn't know what the hell a DVD is. Yeah. Or, a big screen, like big
That's
screen.
Right,
Who
big
says
screen.
that? All TVs are big screens now. It's so much fun to do that song, and now that we've taken it out on the road a bit and done it in front of people, it is fun to see them go, did she just say DVD? Did she? Yeah. Did she just say CD? Like, stuff like that. Yeah. I find that hilarious.
There's something so surprising and fun and great, too, about, like, a 67-year-old talking about a really dramatic breakup. Yeah. You know, of, like... cursing at each other, and that you still believe in love. That this is not the end of your story in any way possible.
No, and it should not be the end of anybody's story. We should always believe in love, and we should always triumph on love, and we should always be feeling that. I think it's an important emotion, and yeah.
Jump back to your parents. They were so important in
Yeah.
raising you guys
Yeah.
to be the artists and the people that you
That's
are.
right. That's right.
And how do you feel you're carrying on their legacy and their beliefs?
Every day I hear my mother yapping in my ear, and she's been gone, what, 8 years or something? I still hear that woman in my ear. I'm like, okay,
What
lady.
did she say?
I got it. Well, you know, stay the course.
Yeah.
Stay the course. Stay the course. Stay true to yourself. That's what I do.
And part of that was probably passing that on to your own
100%. 100% to my kids and anybody that'll listen to me, frankly. Doesn't have to be my kids.
Right.
There's people in this room, I've sent that message to,
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, who, you know, I believe in that. I believe in inspiring confidence and happiness in others.
Yeah.
That is the job of an artist. This is our job, is to write songs about, I'm not writing about me, I'm writing about you. Like I'm listening, I eavesdrop on the streetcar in downtown Toronto. Be careful, talking out loud.
We could show up in a song of
You
yours,
could
is
show
what
up in
you're
a
saying.
song. You definitely could. And I love that about, my favorite thing about the music business is writing lyrics and writing songs. And that's what keeps me in the game.
Yeah.
If I wasn't writing my own stuff, I'd be done ages ago. But the fact that there's stories to tell and there's people to tell them to, and I'm telling you your story, critical to me.
What are some of your favorite lines in your songs?
Well, I love Talk to Me in that it's talk to me. It's so straightforward. There's no question of what I'm asking here. Tell me how you feel. I mean, I wrote most of those lyrics in that room while we were recording
In
that
the
song.
studio.
And I rarely do that.
Okay.
But it was very much in the moment, and I was with people who work like that,
Yeah.
so I work like that. That song is very special to me, and also with Havaya, who is such a brilliant young woman and has so much to say. I say to young musicians, like, if you don't have something to say, you really should stay home, because I really don't care
Right.
how big your car is or other parts of your anatomy. I really don't. And I think it's really important to encourage those that are telling stories. Because
Yeah.
this is what we do as artists, is we tell your story. And then we've done it. We've done our job.
Yeah. Really, like, you know, you said confidence and health. I want to know about happiness at this age. I ask everybody, when, like, is it true that you get happier?
You do.
In your
absolutely
60s,
do.
and
You absolutely do. Ladies, please.
Okay,
You
'cause
hit
it's-
50, you hit 50, we're off.
Okay.
Like, we are on to a whole new situation, right? That there are no children pulling us into the abyss. There are no husbands, often, if you're lucky,
Yeah.
pulling you into the abyss. I've never felt stronger, healthier, happier than I do this instant right now. Like, it's a
Yeah.
very, very, very good place to be. And I think women over the millennium, the millions of years, have been told the wrong thing. The wrong thing. Like, once you're 22, you're past 22, you're past the post, we're done with you. This is a myth. And now we talk about women's health in such a meaningful way, which is new.
Yeah.
This is very new. I've said it time and time again. Up until about, I don't know, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, we were a smaller man. What?
Yeah.
I've never seen a man birth a child. I maybe I've missed it, but so far, we don't see that, right? Like, women are built differently. We're built to do different things, and they should be championed, not tamped down.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting there. I know we're getting there. I look at young women today, and in our day, if we said, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to have kids," it was like, "What?
Yeah.
You're not going to have kids?" Now it's like, yeah, I get it. You spent 9 years training to be a doctor,
Yeah.
a surgeon. Why are you going to walk away from 9 years of real hard work to wipe bums and spend all your money and time and energy and effort? I love being a mom, but I'm an old mom.
Yeah.
I'm an older mom. I waited, I worked, I built a career that I could step in and out of. And that's what I think a lot of young women are thinking about now. You know, because they've really worked hard to get where they are and studied and went to school and sacrificed all kinds of things for study. Yeah. I didn't go to that party. I had a math exam, that kind of thing. And I love that about girls now. Yeah. That they can say, maybe I'm not gonna have kids, or I'm gonna do that later. This is progress. Mm-hmm. This is real progress. So I'm very, very excited, and always excited to talk to young women about that.
Okay, what do your sons do?
Oh, well, the older boy is in global affairs.
Global affairs?
Oh, yeah. He wants to work federally.
Okay.
He's on his way to doing that. He's in the reserve. I could show you pictures of that guy fully kitted out. He can shoot a gun, he can shoot a rifle, he can drive a tank, he can drive a Jeep, he can jump out of a plane. He speaks French, he speaks a little Arabic, he speaks a little Mandarin, and that's just from friends. He didn't go to Arabic school, he didn't go to Mandarin school.
Oh, wow.
He ran the streets of Toronto. Chinese kids in downtown Toronto learned Mandarin. His university roommates were from Dubai. Mm-hmm. They taught him Arabic. Like, he's a wonderful kid in that he's not afraid to make mistakes. I taught him this is the way forward. You're not always right.
Yep.
Don't try and always be right. Raise your hand if you don't know.
Okay.
Ask the question if you don't know. Very confident in that regard, and I think it's going to do him very well. And my younger son, smart one, he's into tennis.
Okay.
He lives and breathes the game. He plays it very well, but he's got the politics of tennis. You could name a player, he could tell you when they won, when they lost, where they're from, who their coach was. Like, he's got an incredible memory, which often I wish to use for something else. However, tennis is his thing.
Yep.
And I think what he wants to do is run Tennis Canada.
Okay.
When you look at our tennis players against the rest of the players in the world and you see the multiculturalism of our players, it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, our top 3 Canadian players are not white.
Yeah.
Right? Tennis Canada did that. They went out of their way to do that, to make our sports team look like Canada. Same with our soccer. I'm looking at these soccer teams and I'm going, I got one word for you. Immigration. That is why these teams are winning. Yeah. Because of immigration. Because they brought in people. And this is something I absolutely love about Canada, is the way in which we embrace culture from away. In America, you are an American Filipino. In Canada, it's flipped over. You're a Filipino Canadian, and this little subtleness is a secret sauce in this country, and it's very exciting to be. I mean, I've been around a long time. I was the only brown kid in my whole school. Now you can't find a white kid at University of Toronto. You got to go looking for him, right? Because it's amazing what this country looks like and is. And around the world, we are so respected for that. I can't tell you, every place I go, that is always a question. How do you guys do that immigration thing? Well, Canada's big. Canada's really big.
That's right.
So when you come, there's a sense of there's room for me here. Because there is, right? Yeah. So that's a big piece of it too. And I think it's fantastic.
You brought up being the only brown-skinned girl, and your dad said to you, it's not always going to be that way.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. He said everyone's going to look like...
Yeah, say one day everybody's going to look like you. And he's kind of right. Eh, Gurjeet? He's kind of right.
Yeah.
He was right about that. He's right about a lot of things. Because he was always the only black man in the room.
Hey.
And the only black man in the room with a PhD. And an afro. And a red Firebird convertible 1967 with Earth, Wind, and Fire cranking out of the sound system.
Oh, I love that image.
Oh, my God. My father was the coolest of the cool. There's just no doubt about that. He's from Philadelphia, too. Come on.
Philadelphia with the afro.
Yeah, oh my God, he was great.
Was he tall like a basketball?
He's kind of tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played pro ball in Philadelphia. He was one of the first black players in the NFL.
Okay.
Back when black players had to have a job.
Yeah.
Because they weren't paid the same as the white players. So he had a job. He had a white wife. He was trying to get his PhD.
Yeah.
And the YMCA in America said, you need to go to Canada because that's where you'll get all that. You won't get it here. And so the YMCA moved my dad and my mom to Canada. Mm-hmm.
And then he was like a physical education.
You know, now they call it, what is it, kinesiology.
Right.
That's the fancy
what he
word.
did.
But no, he's a gym teacher.
Yeah.
He could coach anything. And I think the coaching of my dad was what drove me and made me understand how to hold a band together. It's like a team. How do you do that, Dad? You get the best players you can, and then you give them as much room as possible to be great. You create space for them to be great.
Yeah.
And I try and do that with everybody I work with. Let's be great. Here's a whole bunch of room to be great. I'm going to sit back here and watch you be great, because I'm a bit lazy, and I would prefer others to be great. I'm good.
Were you sporty? What would have been your sport?
No. I was sporty. I was a little rubber kid,
Okay.
in gymnastics, flipping around, cartwheeling across bridges that the Deer Park Bridge, hello, St. Clair Bridge, ooh, Molly, really? As a balance beam girl, I was a gymnast. I cracked a couple of ribs in the uneven bars. And at that time, I had really started into the National Ballet, and they put the kibosh on that.
Shut that down,
They
of course.
shut that down. It's like, are you going to be a ballerina, or are you going to be a rubber band kid?
Yeah.
And I chose ballerina. So no sports, no skiing.
No.
No. None of the above.
Yeah.
Stole my brother's bike on occasion, but honestly, no sports.
And how does ballet still fit into life today?
Every single day, I use that training, the focus, the discipline, the working through pain, the whole shebang of being a ballerina. I was always the wrong color, the wrong shape, the wrong everything at the National. But Karen Kane was my champion.
Was she?
And she protected me and kept me at it.
Wow.
And some of the people at that school really, and Ed Mervish paid for my shoes for decades. He didn't speak to me when I left the ballet for 3 years. And then finally came and heard me sing at the Senator and went, okay. But he and my mother really wanted me to be the first Misty Copeland.
Right.
Right? And I just, I'd had enough.
Yeah.
I'd had enough. I wanted to make stuff. I wanted to be a choreographer.
Right.
And they told me girls don't make dances, which they didn't back then.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they do.
I really appreciate this.
Thank you. It was great. Thank you, people.